The creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon, has just teased new characters for Mortal Kombat 1, including Mark Grayson himself, aka Invincible. So today we're going to talk about him and the other characters teased by Ed Boon, because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below, it helps the channel out a ton. And without further ado, let's begin after a quick meme. Do we all agree that Cyrax had a very lame fatality in the recent trailer? Thankfully we get 2 per character, but I'm just saying that fatality was pretty lame. Let me know if you agree, tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And also feel free to follow me on X at TrueUnderdog1 because somebody took the original username from me. Urgh. Whoa, I look red right now. What happened? Whoa, that's crazy. I look super red right now. Is it correcting? Guess not, I guess I'm just red for today. Okay, the main topic of today's video, new characters have been teased for Mortal Kombat 1 by Ed Boon himself on Twitter, also known as X. Do you want me to call it Twitter or X? Let me know down below. The point is, the creator of Mortal Kombat himself is talking about new characters that they've been workshopping. Let's have a look. In a meeting with Design, we threw around some ideas for Mortal Kombat 1 Year 2 Chaos Reigns cameo fighters. And some names that came up included Blanc, the old lady from Mortal Kombat X, Kid Thunder, the Mortal Kombat 2 Raiden friendship, Invincible, Omni-Man's son. Wow, you're gonna do my boy Mark like that? He's not even his own person anymore, just Omni-Man's son? And then number 4, we have Chucky, because for some reason everybody wants Chucky. Who would you like to see the most? And then there was a vote, and of course Invincible won, but right behind him was Chucky, because once again everybody loves Chucky. When it comes to horror movie characters, you can't keep them out of Mortal Kombat. The two go together like peanut butter and jelly. They both love gore, violence, and they're scary looking, all that awesome stuff. But real quick, you know what I find even more surprising? Blanc has defeated Kid Thunder. How did that happen? The old lady from Mortal Kombat X, who's an environment interactable, got more votes than Kid Thunder. That's crazy to me. Now, on the one hand, it could be that most players just don't know who Kid Thunder is because you had to play Mortal Kombat 2 and specifically do Raiden's friendship. So maybe a lot of people just don't know who Kid Thunder is. And on that same note, Mortal Kombat X is a recent game, or at least recent compared to Mortal Kombat 2, and therefore more players know about Blanc. I suppose that could be why Blanc got so many votes, but I'm gonna say it here now. In my personal opinion, do not ever put Blanc in Mortal Kombat 1. If you want to shove an old lady in there, then you better give me Madame Bo, okay? Because she trained Raiden and Kung Lao and was a former Lin Kuei member, and I can see her victory screen right now where she lights up a cigarette after kicking your butt. So once again, one more time, if you're gonna put an old lady in Mortal Kombat 1, it better be Madame Bo and not Blanc, please no. Justice for my boy Kid Thunder. Why did nobody vote for him? I feel bad. But alright, let's talk about Invincible because he got the most votes by far, and I think we can all agree that if anybody deserves to be in this game, it is Omni-Man's son, the main character from the series, Invincible himself. I think Mark Grayson would make a fantastic cameo character. In fact, he'd be a great fully playable character as well, but I don't think that NetherRealm wants to add 2 characters that would play almost identical. But then again, we got Homelander, so I suppose anything could happen, but Grayson is almost identical to Omni-Man even in the comics, except he's less experienced. Which is why he might not be perfect as a main character, but he's very ideal as a cameo fighter. And as you all know, I love making my videos interactive, so let me know in the comments section what you think Mark Grayson's fatality would be. How would Invincible finish off the opponent at the end of a match? I know many of you watching might think it's out of character for Invincible to kill anybody, but well, no, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but let's just say the comic book readers are laughing at you right now, and I'm one of them. But okay, you don't want Invincible to kill anybody. In that case, why not just pick Mark Grayson from a different reality? Because as we've seen in season 2, pretty much every other version of Mark from any other timeline is an evil, murdering monster just like his dad. Now, of course, from his perspective, he's not evil at all. Neither Omni-Man or Mark think they're bad people, but you get my point. Without spoiling anything, I think the season finale of Invincible Season 2 would make for the perfect fatality, and anybody who's caught up with the show knows what I'm talking about. I think that finisher would be perfect in Mortal Kombat 1, and as we saw with Omni-Man, his fatalities are taken straight from the show and comic book. But okay, next up, let's talk about Chucky, because he got second place with a very good amount of votes. I think this character would be perfect for a cameo, and it's one reason I still love cameos cameos in general for Mortal Kombat 1. I know tons of players and many viewers watching this video are still not happy about the cameos, but I just gotta say that without the cameo feature, there's so many characters that would never have made it into a modern Mortal Kombat game, characters like Motaro and also Chucky. The guy is way too small to be a fully playable character, especially in a competitive fighting game like Mortal Kombat 1. If this was an anime fighter like the JoJo fighting game, something of that nature, then yes, I could understand a character as tiny as Chucky, but in Mortal Kombat 1, as a fully playable character, he just would not work. But as a cameo, I think he would be perfect. Now, the main issue is we have to make him play differently from Farah, because she is also a tiny warrior with malicious murdering intent. And I think a great way to make Chucky different from her is to have him actively chase the player and then hop on their back and just start stabbing. He won't interrupt their attacks or anything like that, but he is doing damage over time, and you can't get him off without doing something specific, like maybe jumping a lot or getting knocked down, or maybe just hitting the opponent enough and then eventually Chucky lets go, something like that. But the point is, he's constantly chasing you around as you're fighting the opponent, and then he hops on your back and just starts stabbing you just like in the movie. But then for another idea, since we're just spitballing here, how about a low projectile? Chucky throws his knife, and since he's so short already, the game treats it as a low hitting projectile. That could be great for zoning, some keep away, or even a mix up on block up close. That could be really cool. But then outside of that, I'm having a tough time thinking of any other attacks for Chucky, so let me know in the comment section down below. If you could design Chucky's attacks in Mortal Kombat 1, what would you do with it? It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, so I'm scratching my head trying to think for film references, but nothing comes to mind. I mean, aside from the stabbing the character in the back over and over again thing. That part from the movie I do remember because it traumatized me a little bit as a kid. Why did our parents let us watch horror movies, man? Gen Y parents were just different. Alright, next up, let's talk about Blanc because she got 3rd place. This character was an environmental interactable in Mortal Kombat X for anyone not aware. I know some players are brand new to Mortal Kombat, and as a result, Mortal Kombat 1 might be your first game. So I'm just catching you up to speed, okay? Blanc was in the background of Mortal Kombat X, and at any point in time, you could grab her and throw her at the opponent like a missile, and that's it. Yes, that's correct. That is literally all she did. However, there was also a brutality where she would tackle the opponent and just punch them over and over again, which was very funny and quite memorable. It's definitely a meme, but even so, I don't think it justifies her being in the game. At a certain point, developers need to step back and realize that meme fame is not the same as actually being liked. For example, Su Hao is a meme. People love the idea of him coming to Mortal Kombat 1, but if he actually was added, I don't think people would like it. So you gotta understand there's a difference between being loved as a meme and players actually wanting that character to be in the game, and Blanc is one of those situations. People love her as a meme, but we don't actually want her in the game. Or at least that's my opinion. When it comes to DLC characters that we pay for, I think most players would prefer anybody else over Blanc. Now that said, if she's free, then yes, by all means put her in the game. I don't care at that point. And when it comes to Blanch's attacks, what could she even do? Because once again, all she did in Mortal Kombat X was get thrown by the opponent. So that gives you like one attack as a cameo character, and I can't think of anything else. Which is why, once again, Madame Bo is who you want in the game, okay? Not Blanc, Madame Bo. But now finally, last but certainly not least, in my opinion, at least I don't think he's the worst, Kid Thunder. I think this character would be very easy to design as a cameo fighter because he's just tiny Raiden. So just give him a bunch of electricity themed attacks, but make them unique. Something that Raiden's never done before, but still using electricity. I don't think it would be very tough at all to get creative and find some fun attacks for Kid Thunder. Like for example, in Mortal Kombat 11, we see him breakdancing, so that could be great for a cameo attack. Oh yeah, he was in Mortal Kombat 11. So how do more people not love this character? Why are his votes so low? How did he get less votes than Blanc? I'm convinced that most Mortal Kombat players are simply not on Twitter, and that's why Kid Thunder got less votes than Blanc. But yeah, you all watching get the idea. Give Kid Thunder a bunch of cool lightning attacks, but make them unique and something that Raiden himself has never done before, and boom, there you go, a perfect cameo character. Now, at the end of the day, do I think all of these characters are likely to be added to Mortal Kombat 1? No, absolutely not. I think Chucky has a very good chance because he's a horror movie character. And then when it comes to Invincible, of course, also a fantastic pairing because Omni-Man is already in the game. And even though Mark Grayson is not a killer in the show, you could still give him a fatality brutality by simply saying it's Mark from a different timeline, and that's why he's so violent and murderous. I think those two characters in particular are the most likely to get added to Mortal Kombat 1, and honestly, I don't care too much about Blanc and Kid Thunder. Kid Thunder is cool, but imagine somebody else like Kira, somebody from the 3D era, because I do think that Mortal Kombat 1 is meant to be a love letter to 3D era fans, and as a result, put all the 3D era characters in that you can, even if that means cramming them into that cameo roster. More days mean more Mortal Kombat 1 news, so thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below, it helps the channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.